Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming. Final Fantasy 15, the Windows edition, is coming out on the 6th of March. And before it launches, Square Enix have released a benchmark software for the game. So if you are interested in this game, you can definitely download this and run it and see how your system does. I'll be running this on my system and giving you some of the numbers. So if you have something similar, or if you are planning on getting something similar, you can get a fair idea how well it will do if you're interested in this game. And this is a great thing in my opinion, because a lot of games don't have demos these days, and even if they do, they sometimes release the demos after release, which is a bit unusual in my opinion, but there might be a reason for that as well, I suppose. But this is a good move and I hope more people do this. And yeah, so all you need to do is head over to this website. I'll put the link below and scroll all the way down and click the download button. The file is 3.7 GB to download. When you download it, extract it and install the benchmark and then run it. When you open the benchmark, you will get this thing. So this is what you'll see when you launch the installer. You can select the quality. You have 3 quality settings: standard, high and light, and you have 3 resolutions, so 4K, 1080p and 720p. So basically the high settings are for people with high-end NVIDIA graphic cards. So because this uses a lot of proprietary NVIDIA technology like Hairworks and all of that, in my opinion it is unnecessary unless you have a very high-end system. As you can see, my system is a Ryzen 5 1600 processor, not overclocked, standard. And also I have a Radeon R9 380 with 4 GB VRAM, again not overclocked. Windows 10 Pro. I also have 16 GB GSkill memory running at 3000 MHz. So I've run the tests on the 3 1080p settings and the 3 720p settings on the full screen mode. I did not bother with 4K because I don't have a 4K monitor. And what they've done is they've given a handy little chart to tell you how the scores are calculated and how well it will run. So from 0 to 2000, 1999 is insufficient. 2000 to 2499 is low. 2500 to 299 is slightly low. Then you have 3000 to 4500 roughly standard. 4500 to about 6000 is fairly high. 6 to 9 is high. 9 to 12 is very high, and 12 or greater is extremely high. So the sweet spot would be around the 3000 to 4499 for the standard performance. So these are my numbers. Basically I've run the tests, and basically at 1080p high settings I got 2198. So low, not playable at all. It looked fine, but the fast sections, the combat sections were terrible. On the 1080p standard setting I got 3914, so which is standard basically, and it's all right. It looked fine. The combat etc was good. The only noticeable difference I saw was the shadows looked a bit bad. I mean, there was a bit of pop in with the shadows, and overall it didn't seem too bad, although the combat and the driving segments could have been a bit faster as well. On 1080p Lite I got a score of 5010. Honestly, I did not notice a huge difference between the standard and the light setting, apart from some of the foliage looked a bit blurry close up, but otherwise it looked fine. And the major difference was the anti-aliasing, because I think in this setting the anti-aliasing is turned off, and that was not noticeable. So if we have some custom options where we can turn up the anti-aliasing and reduce the shadows, I think the light slightly better, and if you can target that 5000 number, I think you should have a good comfortable playing experience. On 720p the high setting was once again terrible. I only got a score of 2852, which was in the slightly low category, and at standard I got 5694, so in the fairly high once again. So 1080p Lite and 720p standard were in the similar region. So if you have a smaller monitor, maybe running it at 720p in order to get slightly better graphics might make more sense. And at 720p Lite I got 6905, so in the high category. And when I recorded the benchmark this time for this video, I got a score of 6746, so a slight reduction, so still in the high category. So overall I would say for my system with a R9 380 and a Ryzen 5, obviously the CPU is good, so I don't really need to do anything. I would still prefer to get a better graphics card, but I'm not one of those people who wants a very high refresh rate and very high smooth graphics, because I'll have to buy a very high-end NVIDIA card to get those numbers. So something in the high numbers would be good enough. And if I run it now at 720p high light settings, it should work. Otherwise, at 1080p light with some tweaks to the settings should be fine, I guess. So yeah, I'll leave the rest of the video running in the background, and if you want to test out your systems, head over to the website and download it and see what numbers you get. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video.
Ugh.